Hello, guys. I'm going to be talking about The Pain Scale by Eula Biss. I think that's how you say it today. And basically, I chose this essay because I thought it was like the most like thought-provoking. Like I never really thought about how I rate my pain. Like I usually just tell the doctor, "Oh, it's a 6," or "Oh, it's a 5," and I'm not really thinking about how I compare it to other people's pain or my own other pain experiences or things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that she like thinks about all these different things. Like she talks about like world hunger and how that compares to her pain and like emotional pain. So that's why I have my boyfriend here. He's gonna help me. This is Cole.
Hi.
Because I had this idea that it's going to sound kind of stupid, I guess, but I had this idea that we were going to talk about our pains and we were actually going to cause each other some pain. Yeah. And we were going to rate it differently. And then you will see how different people's pain scales are because he takes pain very well and I take pain like a little baby. So, okay. Do you want to go first?
Doesn't matter to me.
You can pinch me first if you really want to, but don't do it that hard.
This will be fun.
Oh God. That's it. That's all you got.
Wait, no. Let me redo this. I don't.
Okay. You just don't want to hurt me.
I don't.
I think I'd rate that like a 3, maybe, because I can still like feel it right now, but it's like barely there, and I really don't care. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
That's as hard as I can do it.
That's probably a 1. That would be a 1. That is absolutely the least pain that I've ever been in my life. I've been in more emotional pain than I've ever been than what you just did. Wow.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna slap you like right there. I'm not gonna do your face. So.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not gonna slap your face. I'm just gonna do it as hard as I can because that's gonna be like a 2.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna have a mark on my leg, and
maybe,
that's not good.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky, then what the hell am I supposed to do?
We'll see. You ready?
Not really.
That hurt my hand more than his. That's like a fall on my hand. Oh! It's not even getting that red.
That was probably, I'll give that a 6.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty decent.
It was not. That hurt my hand.
Because I still feel the tinging sensation in my leg.
Oh, you can slap me now if you want.
No, I can't.
You can.
No, because your teacher's gonna see this, and I don't really want him to think that I'm an abusive person.
You're not.
So we'll just leave it at that. That was probably equivalent to a 6, and it's still stinging red, by the way.
My hand is still stinging.
Well,
ow!
Serves you right.
That's
a 4 for your pain
4.
and a 6 for me.
Okay.
Because now I can't feel my leg. Thanks.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about emotional pain. How about that? Because she talks about like, I think a quote from it is like, the pain of doubting and the pain of caring and the pain of feeling and all these different pains that people go through, and it's not just physical, but it's emotional. So I kind of want to talk about that. Is there any emotional pain you want to talk about? Because I can think of quite a few things. I'm talking about recent.
I have a very interesting emotional pain. And it's all about that baby mama drama. And
it's not my drama. Let's just clear that up right now. I'm not pregnant.
It's one of mine. Before I met Rylee. Her name is Rebecca, and basically, she told me that she loved me and everything else, and that she wanted to be with me for the rest of my life, and told me that she wanted to get married with me, she wanted to have kids with me, and well, now we have a kid together. She's 3 months pregnant, and basically she wanted to fix things with me after the fact that I started dating somebody else. And now that I'm with somebody else, she's like, no, baby, I love you. I'm sorry. I was wrong, And now she's trying to make up for the wrong that she's done and completely shut me out of her life, and now expects to just come back into my life and be there for me and fix everything, me to accept her for everything that she's done wrong and completely just blow me off and think that's okay.
But now she's trying to take your kid.
And now she's trying to take my kid and telling me that I cannot have my kid and that she's going to keep the kid and raise the kid by herself when she already has one as it is.
Yeah, she already has one kid.
And on top of that, it's like, okay, so you already have one kid and you're trying to raise another one on top of that and trying to get a job and everything else. And I'm just like, look, I'm trying to make this easier for you, but instead of making it easier, you're making it harder for yourself to have two kids, finish school, and work to support both kids.
Not to mention become an actual citizen.
It's so ridiculous. Now, it's just like that emotional pain that I get from that is like, I just want to like burst into tears and like cry because it's so frustrating. And like, I really don't know what to do because it's like, she's like, well, if you want your kid, you can fight me in court about it. And I'm like, well, that is stupid. Why can't you just give me the kid and, go from there? And she's like, well, if I have to breastfeed the kid for a year, I'm obviously going to get attached. I just can't give you the kid. And so I'm just like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, if I have to push it out of me, then I'm going to keep it. I'm like, well,
that's ridiculous.
The only reason why you have the kid is because of me. And if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be pregnant.
True.
And so, therefore, it's like, I'm emotionally and physically just hurt because I don't know what to do. And I'm saddened that she decides to be so vague about the whole thing. And it's just my emotional and physical scale from 1 to 10, it'd probably be a 9.
Not a 10 though? Like, why not?
I don't want to get to 10. There's a reason why I don't want to get to a 10. So I'm keeping it at a 9 because I'm trying to recuperate from how I feel, and I don't want to go to a 10 because if I think I go to a 10, I'm going to emotionally, physically break down and I'm going to lose it. So I'm trying to keep it at a 9 and a 9 only. So that's my emotional story. And now that you look at it, my leg is actually really red. So that is fantastic, by the way.
Bad right now.
Wow, I love it. But anyways, that's my short little story of what I'm going through at the moment. But you know what? I'm a fighter. I'm going to get through this. So, everything's going to be all right. So.
True. And now that he's talked about his emotional pain, I will tell you a little bit about mine. My recent one, anyway. So, I had a best friend that I'd been really close with for about 2 years. And what happened basically was I hooked her up with one of my guy friends because I thought that they would be really good together as a couple. And I just I just thought that they would be perfect together, and for a while they were, and everything was fine, and like everyone was getting along, and then all of a sudden me and him just started fighting with each other and disagreeing on like everything, and it doesn't help that he's so stubborn. Like he just won't listen to my side of anything
I
at all.
understand where you're coming from. I've been in that before.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And he basically was telling her that all the stuff that I wanted to do with her when she turned 18, we weren't going to get to do. Like, I promised her that when she turned 18, that I was going to take her to Vegas. And I wasn't planning on it being like some, like party type of deal, because the only thing we can do really is like go to clubs. I mean, we can't drink yet. So, I wasn't planning on like trying to get her to cheat on him or anything. I just wanted to have some fun with her on her birthday. But he took it like I was trying to get her to cheat, and he basically told her that it was him or me. And she ended up choosing him over me, even though she had only met him like a month or two ago. and she'd known me for years. And that kind of pain,
it hurts.
I feel like it's something you don't really come back from all the way. Like, yeah, the pain lessens, but it's still going to be with you forever. Like, at the time that it happened, my pain was definitely a 10. I will categorize that as a 10 because I literally laid in bed and did nothing for like months on end. I was so heartbroken that I didn't have my best friend anymore, and I just felt like lonely and lost inside. But now that I think about it, it's more on the scale of a 2 or a 3. Because even though it's been a while since I've like really talked to her or anything, I feel like if she really was a friend, then I don't think she would have made the decision that she made. Like, I don't think she would have chosen between us. I think she would have said, no, you both can be in my lives, sort of deal. So that's my emotional pain. It's definitely a 10. But then again, everything's kind of a 10 for me, emotional-wise. Like, I'm a really emotional person. Like, I can't even explain to you how bad it is. Almost everything I've gone through has ended up being an emotional 10. Not physical pain, though. Like, that's whatever. I can handle that. I also wanted to talk about how she talks about, like, she compares the Beaufort scale, which is about wind, and like the categories of different winds, like 1, 2, and 3, and then a pain scale. And I thought that was interesting because when you think of like a category 2 for a wind, it's like a light breeze, and you can like barely feel it on your face. And I guess that's kind of how you would feel if you had a 2 pain, because like, yeah, you can feel it, but it's barely there and it barely hurts.
But it's not enough to do anything, basically.
It's not really enough to do anything. Like, let's see, if I were to barely pinch you barely feel it, right?
I think a fly just hit me or something.
Answer the question.
I didn't hardly feel it.
Exactly.
So.
That's probably not even a 2, right?
It's not even a 1.
It's not even a 1?
No.
Okay.
That's probably a 1, and like half of a 1.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that because that's good enough for me. But yeah, I just thought that this essay, it really touched me, and I kind of wanted to cry. Like, maybe the point of it was to make you feel some emotional pain on a scale. You know, like if I would categorize how I felt reading this, I'd probably put my emotional scale on a 4. Just because, like, reading through it and reading how she had gone through all this pain in her life and it really never stopped, that's kind of how I've felt a lot of the time. Like, really, it just never goes away, and you're left with these emotional scars that just don't fade. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on the essay, and I'm very glad I had someone here to help me this time. I don't normally do that. So, thanks for listening. Bye!
Bye.